What was the approach against Aiden Canuck today?
Yeah, he's one of the best pitchers in this league. And obviously, I'm sure if you talked to him, he didn't have his best stuff tonight. So he's awfully tough. I mean, we've watched him on film so much. We faced him last year. He's one of the top pitchers in the country. And I just think we did have a good approach. But our approach, y'all been with us all year, our approach has grown so much at the plate. And I've said it over and over, but I'll say it again. I said it to the team. It always starts with the hard work the players put in and the buy-in with which they put in their work. And then Bo Robinson and Chris Hart have been incredible. And it's just been a work in progress all year because it's a whole new offense from last year. And it started to piece it together. But I thought we played more of a complete game, like the base running, Ty Head going to second, Luke keeping his head on the ball and going to third there late. The bunt by Hebner. He had 2 bunts he got down. Luke got 1 down. So we did a lot of things. It reminded me late in the year last year when we played Georgia. Kind of the same kind of complete game. So we played well.
Speaking of the base running, I mean, Matt Austinfort rumbling down for advancing on a couple of fly balls and scoring on a sac fly. And
absolutely. Rumbling might be the good term, but he got there. And it means he was prepared. I told him that. I think he got tag on second to third, scored on the wild pitch that didn't get away that far, which means he was ready. We were just really locked in tonight in all areas. And like I said, played pretty much of a complete game.
What was it like seeing Brayden, have the day he had?
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can play this game forever, and you don't have a game like that. And the double down the right field line, the 2 home runs, 2 strike base hit up the middle, which is big early. Just a lot of good things from him.
Obviously, he had the 2 home runs, but Fraasman seemingly doing a lot of that lately, driving hits up the middle, whether it's a hard grounder or a line drive. How important has that been for him and for y'all to be able to get on base and drive in runs even without the long ball?
It's just like I said, everybody's kind of turning it over to everybody else. I think everybody's starting to trust one another, feel like they don't have to do too much themselves, which gives you more complete at bats, keeps you from swinging out of the zone, and right now that's what's going on. But long way to go. It's just a great game tonight, long way to go, and obviously Clemson is a great team.
How happy are you with the baseball your team's playing of late?
Playing good, playing better than we were early, I'll tell you that. We've been focused on trying to get better in all facets of the game. And like I say, tonight is probably the first time we strung all the pieces together.
Going back to your approach, you guys attack the zone, or Canuck, attacks the zone a lot, being a strikeout pitcher, and Fraasman was attacking early. Was that part of approach as a team to get after him early pitches?
And we knew he's tough. He's got that big time changeup, throws the ball pretty much where he wants to, and we just wanted to make sure we stayed in the zone, and if he got in the zone, we were ready to attack him, and that's what we did tonight.
How satisfying has it been to see Anderson's emergence this season?
He's been pretty special. I mean, you're talking about a freshman doing what he's doing in big situation after big situation, and it seems like he doesn't even have a pulse. You know what I'm saying? He just does it without a lot of fanfare, but he's been pretty special, yes.
Obviously, a number 2 team in the country coming in a big ACC series. How important is it to be able to win Game 1 and be able to have a chance to clinch a series tomorrow?
Well, it's keeps you from getting swept. And, a team like that can sweep you in a heartbeat, and anybody can in this league. This league is so, if you're not ready to play, you can have a bad weekend anywhere you go in this league, and but it's good to get that first one.
What was it like to see on a Thursday night, see how many people were here today?
Holy cow, yeah, it was unbelievable. That's why I hate we couldn't play Tuesday night. Tuesday night was a sellout. I know a lot of people that were here Tuesday night would have donated on the QR code to the cancer game, which is real big Saturday, and so I just hate we lost that game, not playing that game on Tuesday, but it was the same crowd tonight, and it was outstanding.
Part of the reason this is a big game is because of the ACC standings. Is there a delineation point in the season where you worry about standings, or you just go day by day?
No, you go day by day. I don't look at the standings. I just go day by day. Every win's important.
How much you're looking forward to that victory over Kansas game Saturday?
It's special. I mean, I've done a lot of work on it personally, but a lot of people have done a lot of work. A lot of people. Brooke Johnson's been incredible. Kyle Winchester, Megan I said Brooke Johnston, right? She's
Yes.
been unbelievable. Megan Johnston, Kyle Winchester, just a lot of people have put a lot of work in. And it's very important because if this goes like I hope it does, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to make sure it does, as long as I'm at NC State and probably after I leave. I was there before Jimmy got cancer. You know what I'm saying? I was with him a lot. And I know how special he was to me. And I was out in New Mexico when he got cancer and all the things that happened. And what he started, I'll never, he walked on that stage on the ESPYs, which kind of set the tone for the ESPYs. And that's one of the most iconic speeches I've ever seen. And that propelled something I'm sure he was not even dreaming would happen, and he was a big dreamer. And so what he did there, and then my office is right down the hall for K.I. and that lady and I were very, very close and shared a lot of moments and shared a lot of stories, and I learned a lot from her. And I was here at the end of her life, and she started to play for K game, and she had no idea it would morph into now nobody covers women's basketball better than Rob. You see all these teams that are play for K. I'm sure they call it something different, but all this money going to cancer research and the impact that's had on such a hard disease. And when Trey Turner called me and said he and Kristen were going to start a fund for children's cancer, it just, the light went off. It's kind of like, okay, you got Jimmy who started the Cancer Fund V Foundation, then KL breast cancer. And what better cause than children's cancer? I see so many children. I used to take our players over to Jimmy's wing over at Duke Hospital. And we used to go over there and play with the kids and try to make them smile. And these kids are so brave and courageous. And it's almost like they don't even know what they're fighting. It's kind of like, and my own nephew is in his fight with cancer, and I watch how brave he is. He's just a normal kid. He just does normal kid stuff. He goes to birthday parties and he plays and has balloon fights, and you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it. And so what the families, that we had 3 thrivers at practice Wednesday. One lady said her and her daughter have been to Sloan Kettering in New York like 95 times. I mean, what they have to go through. So my dream is that this is ACC week for pediatric cancer. ACC announced that, and every school in the ACC is trying to play. I think Wake Forest had theirs on Saturday. I think Texas A&M have one out, because I called as many coaches as I could in the off season and said, can you play a game? Of course, they have to go through the administration and get it approved and everything. But I think in the very, very near future, there's going to be a pediatric cancer awareness game on every campus, Division 1, 2, or 3 in a baseball game. And you think about in 10 years how much money can be created for research. And if you have research, you're going to have solutions, obviously. And it may not be total cures, but think if you can extend someone's life or make that life better in the time that they're fighting this disease. So, yeah, this is more than big to me. This is really, really special.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.